Hi, this is Miss Witt, and I'm going to show you how to access some new ebooks that are in the library catalog. So you'll want to go to the school's website, which is ogdenprep.org, and click on Students and Parents, and you'll want to go to the library catalog. You'll want to go to the junior high catalog, and we have the elementary school one and the junior high, so click on that. This is the search. You can search without logging in, but if you want to look at the ebooks, you'll need to log in. So you'll click over here on the right where it says log in, and you're going to type in your first name dot last name. So that'll be your own first name and last name. And the password is going to be your student ID number. These are some links that you can go to for resources. This is also the webpage that I have, OPA Junior High Library.weebly.com. It's also right here if you want to access the student resources. So to go to the catalog, you click on Catalog, and you'll want to use the Destiny Discover, which is the more visual interface. So click on that. It does take a sec for it to pop up because it is very visual. So you can see here recently added books. Popular titles, those are things that are checked out a lot. You can see out means it's checked out with a little red on it, and in is green. That means it's on the shelf. There's also some topics you can browse, and here's the ebooks. So I'm going to show you a couple of those. So I've recently put in about 50 modern ebooks. There are a lot more than that. Most of them were in the public domain and are free from Project Gutenberg. So the most recent ones are the ones that will have the newer ones. This is a little quick reference guide, and that will just go over all of the things I'm going to tell you about. So you can use that as a reference if you forget how to do things. You can go to this book and read through that. So let me just show you, let me scroll through and show you some of the books. So those are the books that I have. So you can kind of see what they are. Most of them are nonfiction. It's just a different variety of different kinds of topics. All right, let's look at Dazzle Ships. That's an interesting one. So you can see the title here and the author, when it was published, the interest level, and the call number. So that would be like what it's about. So this one is 940.4, which means it's about World War I. So I'm going to open that book. It takes a few seconds for it to pop open because it is very visual. So I'm going to give it a sec. So here's the cover. This is called Dazzle Ships. So I can go over here to the menu, and this is going to give me a table of contents that I can go to. So I can skip ahead. There's the author's note. You can use these arrows to go back and forth. So there's a little timeline. And this gives me book options to browse the book or check out the book. You don't need to check out the book since these are all ebooks and they're available for anyone to read at the same time. So as many people can read it at the same time. This gives you some audio options. So you
For further reading on the subject of human-made camouflage, I believe there is no better source for information than artist, designer, historian, and teacher Roy R.
So that will read the book to you. You can also have it read to you faster.
Barron's. His website, camupedia.blogspot.com.
So you can
website,
click on here to pause or to play.
Blogspot.com is a well-organized visual treat with links to lots of additional.
Another thing you can do is you can change the display of the book. So if you go over here to the A, This is the page layout display options. So you can do it as a double spread or as a single page. So you can click on that. If you find it hard to read the book's words, you can also zoom in. So you can zoom in vertically or horizontally. So I can scroll down using my arrows here. So you can see the text better. Another option you have is you can change the contrast of the text, whatever looks best to you or makes it easier for you to read. So I can go on to the next page. If I change my mind, I want to see the whole thing at once, then I can go back to unzoom. I can also save my place. So if I click here, it will add a bookmark. So the next time I come to the book, it will remember where I was last. I can also take some notes and highlight. So I can, this doesn't show anything yet because I haven't taken any notes yet, but I can come over here and I can use my pen and I can choose a color and I can highlight something or draw something. And then I can use the eraser if I want to erase. So this one hides the cursor when you're not moving. This one highlights your clicks, and this one focuses your mouse. So you can fiddle around with those if you want to see any of those options. You can also search within the book. So I can do a search for, let's say I want to do a search for any time the word ship comes up and see if it's in the book. So there's no word ship in the book. And then this is the help option. So it will show you what different things you can do. So you can see the different features that it will let you do. And it will remind you of what those are. And then some different help options there so you can read more about it. And this is for the audiobooks. So I'm going to go back and show you the audiobooks. And I have just a few of those. So here's the collected stories and poems of Edgar Allan Poe. And it's very similar. You just click on play. Whoops. And I have an error, so I'll just close that book and try with a different one. Okay, so this is Classics of Childhood. And I'm going to click play. And I can listen to the
Blackstone Audio presents Classics of Childhood.
And it has similar options. It has a menu with the table of contents. Browse or check out. You can just browse the book. You can change the speed of the audio. You can bookmark where you were. This actually gives you a sleep timer. So if you want to listen to a story before going to bed, you can set the timer for when you want the story to end. So those are some different options. So fiddle around with them, read some books, listen to some books. And if you have any questions, you can email me at kwit@ogdenprep.org.